And now, direct from Don Laughlin's fabulous Riverside Resort in Laughlin, Nevada, it's Ladies Professional Wrestling. From arenas around the world come the finest female athletes in the world. The Ladies Professional Wrestling Association is on the air. And now, here are your commentators at ringside. The voice of the Ladies Professional Wrestling Association, Killer Ken Resnick. And with color commentary, America's real hero, G.I. Joe Sergeant Slaughter.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ken Resnick here at ringside in the LPWA, along with one of my very dear friends and talk about a wrestling legend himself, the incomparable, the one and only Sergeant Slaughter. And Sarge, I'd say it was certainly a great first week in the LPWA.
It sure was, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen this week. We got a lot of big names on the card, including the goddess who claims she's so beautiful she's got to wear a mask.
The most beautiful woman in the world, but yet she comes out in a mask. We'll find out about that, and I'll tell you what, we're going to see Exotic Adrian and Miss Linda. And if you talk about anyone that lives up to the name Exotic, it is indeed Exotic Adrian. All that and a whole lot more. I'll tell you, great debut, LPWA Central. Beautiful Barbie, a big hit last week, and a lot more to come again this week. So whatever you do, don't touch that dial because, hey, we'll be right back.
Heidi Lee Morgan, you wanted me and you got me. Look out, goddess. I'm going to take that mask off.
The LPWA is brought to you in part by Pabst Blue Ribbon Beer.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, weighing in at 135 pounds, the living canvas, Jan Fleming. From Mexico City, Legata.
I'll tell you, Sarge, every time I take a look at Jan Flame, it just hurts. And I don't know very much about Legato from Mexico City.
Oh, she looks pretty mean, I'll tell you that.
She really does, short and stocky.
Like everybody else here in the LPWA and all the fans, we're going to have to find out for ourselves what she's got.
That we will. One thing about Legato, she goes right to work. She wastes no time going to work on Jan Flame, and evidently, I was curious, evidently the mask stays on. I'll tell you, when I said short and stocky, Legato is no stranger to a gymnasium, that's for certain.
Got an airplane
Look at
spin.
Legato going for an airplane spin right off the bat. Oh, takes Jan Flame down. Now Legato's going outside. She goes up, she's going up on the top rope.
Is that a disqualification from there?
To tell you the truth, I'm not totally sure, but she comes down right on the side of Jan Flame.
You missed her.
It looks like Legato missed. Legato's in some trouble. Jan Flame now. She's going for a form of the old surfboard.
Oh, that's a tough one. That hurts.
Reverse chin lock
Can't
of the
see her coming over
surfboard.
that.
And referee Eddie Sharkey calls for the bell, and looks like Legato thought better of it and submitted. Jan Flame not very anxious to break the hold. Now, finally, we'll wait and see. Referee Eddie Sharkey raises Jan Flame's hand. A very quick win for Jan Flame here in the LPWA.
Jan Flame won the match and almost got disqualified within 10 seconds there.
The winner, Jan Flame.
Very quick. That certainly, so far, has got to go down as the quickest win here in the LPWA. I don't think it was more than about a minute and a half. And Jan Flame had a very tough one last week against the Goddess, who's even the record very quickly here in the LPWA, and one win apiece. We've got a very exciting show coming up. We'll be going once again to the beautiful Barbie in LPWA Central. I know that's always one of my favorite segments.
And in Barbie, I would imagine.
Hi, I'm Bobby with the latest news and views from LPWA Central. There's a great deal of controversy surrounding the LPWA Championships Committee's decision to just hand the title over to Superstar Sexton on a silver platter, while at the same time demanding an elimination tournament be held for the vacant LPWA Tag Team title. A number of the challengers are furious over this very questionable ruling. Misty Blue Sims was quoted saying, "It's exactly what I've come to expect when Superstar Sexton is involved." When pressed for a reason behind the decision, Misty Blue says, "Why don't you check where some of the members of the championship committee have been spending their late night hours?" Sounds like a little hanky-panky to me. Medusa Michelli was absolutely livid. She says that she spent 6 months in Japan training just to get in the best condition of her life, only to have a title given a superstar. How could the committee do that? Is there more to this than meets the eye? We'll find out. Speaking of Sexton, she is currently in Australia making personal appearances for the LPWA. I wonder if the executive committee members went with her on the tour for some, shall we say, late-night appearances. Before I forget, the current rankings for the vacant tag team title have just come in. The Glamour Girls are considered the top contenders, followed by Bad, Black, and Beautiful at number 2. Misty Blue Sims and Heidi Lee Morgan are 3rd. Locomotion is 4th. And the great Japanese team, the Tokyo Sweethearts, are 5th. I'll see you next week with some more shocking news. I'm Barbie. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
We'll be back with more wrestling from Dawn Laughlin's Riverside Resort after this. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce the manager first. From Royal Forest at Dean, England, the exotic Adrian Street. And weighing in at 138 pounds from London, England, Miss Linda. The opponent weighing in at 180 pounds from Honolulu, Hawaii, Lpwa Kai.
Well, Killer, we get a good one here. I can see that.
There's no question. It's just too bad that Exotic Adrian can't get a little more colorful with his outfit. I noticed sitting here, our executive producer next to me, Earl Greenberg, got a little excited when he came out with all that color and flair.
Who's wrestling here, Miss Linda?
I don't know.
Adrian?
I'm not sure who it's going to be. I'll tell you, on the other side, you talk about a couple of wrestling legends, if you will. The Glamour Girls, Leilani Kai and Judy Martin, a very formidable tag team. Leilani Kai wrestling single in this one, and their tag team partner, Judy Martin, coming out, I guess, to counterpoint Exotic Adrian. Well, it looks like it's going to be Leilani Kai and Miss Linda.
Well, you know, Leilani and Judy are great, great tag team wrestlers. I'm not too sure how good they are singly. We'll find out.
Well, we will find out. I'll tell you, I know one thing for certain. Exotic Adrian, if any of you have had the opportunity to call in on our 900 number, 1-900-234-LPWA, and Exotic Adrian is never at a loss for words.
That's for sure. I went out to dinner with him last night. Never stopped talking. I don't know how he got it.
Wait. You went out to dinner with Exotic Adrian?
Yes, it was quite a time, Killer.
go dancing after everything.
Just a two-stepper.
Leilani Kai and Miss Linda in the ring. There's almost as much action outside the ring with Exotic Adrian.
I've been in training camps with Leilani Kai, and when she hits you, you know it's been hit.
They are two of the very best, and I'll tell you, with that tag team tournament, the Glamour girls, Leilani Kai and Judy Martin, were very quick to enter. Now Miss Linda takes Leilani Kai down, goes for a step over toe hold.
We can talk about how good Judy Martin and Leilani Kai are, but Miss Linda is one of the best.
There's no question. By the way, we should mention, and we hope to get into this at some point, Miss Linda and Exotic Adrian are the current reigning mixed tag team champions.
I wonder what their children look like, Killer.
I wouldn't want to venture a guess. Look at this.
What a move.
What a move by Miss Linda. If there's any doubt as to Miss Linda's wrestling ability, it's being answered very quickly indeed.
Well, Miss Linda's been in a lot of training with her husband, and it should be pretty interesting to see what happens.
You see Exotic Adrian hopping and dancing around. He certainly is enjoying the ongoing right now as Miss Linda's in control. I can't help but think Exotic Adrian would like to be in the ring himself. There's a good look at Judy Martin at ringside. What a great wrestling name she is in her own right. Up and over, Miss Linda holds right onto the headlock. And now Leilani Kai was able to wriggle out and reverse it, goes into a headlock in the row, and that head scissors. Talk about some powerful legs indeed. Miss Linda trying to work her way over the ropes, hoping to get referee Justin Hernandez to order a break. Judy Martin was not to let this opportunity go unattended to. Exotic Adrian a little upset. Now Leilani Kai with a boot right to the throat of Miss Linda.
Cameras were a little slow there, but Judy Martin could have got caught red-handed there. She was blatantly choking Miss Linda.
Leilani Kai now with a boot to the midsection. I don't think anyone is better at looking this innocent as Judy Martin is. Now away, Leilani Kai using his hair. Now look at Judy Martin just nonchalantly grabbing her hair. As we're getting a close-up look, she's trying to pull her right out of the ring. She's trying to get a handful of hair. Judy Martin trying to do her own form of a scalp job on Miss Linda. Exotic Adrian now coming over. We've got a little Donnybrook going on outside the ring.
You can tell. You can always tell a good tag team. They're working together even a single match.
Exactly. They've been together a long, long time.
What a
great
move
by Leilani Kai. Almost had a count of two as she bridged over, had all her weight behind her.
Well, you know, Leilani's from Hawaii, and going up and down those trees and running on the beach sure gave her a good pair of legs.
It did indeed. Leilani Kai firmly in control. Miss Linda ducks down. Flying cross body block. Count of one, count of two. But Leilani Kai able to kick out. I think that caught her by surprise. Goes to the midsection of Miss Linda.
I think they put a dent in Pabst Blue Ribbon sign there on that one.
Now, Leilani Kai missed. Judy Martin visibly upset right in front of us at ringside. And that can rearrange a couple vertebrae, no question about it. This is a great matchup indeed. Every bit of what we thought it was. There's a close-up look at the very colorful Exotic Adrian.
Wow, what a forearm.
Forearm right to the sternum area. And again, Miss Linda goes to work. Now Leilani Kai. Down at two, Leilani Kai able to kick out.
I tell you, it's hard to see Miss Linda in this ring after I was out with her last night for dinner. She's really a different person here.
Miss Linda was along with you.
Oh, of course.
Well, that makes me feel a little better. I was getting a little worried, Cyrus.
What a catapult. Right on the midsection of Leilani Kai. She's hurt. She's looking for a tag, but she's in a single match.
Right, she's forgetting. I think Judy Martin would love to tag and get in. Now Miss Linda setting her up for a slingshot.
She's trying to get out of the ring, and Miss Linda could have brought her up on that first rope. Thought better of it.
Good punch to the midsection. Leilani Kai, a very crafty veteran. I think she was playing a little possum. Now take a look at Judy Martin. Once again, she's going to work on the hair. She pulls Miss Linda all the way out. Referee's busy. Now wait a minute, what's he going to do? Slams her down right here on the floor. That's concrete covered by a thin carpet. Here comes Exotic Adrian. She's going away. He goes to work on Judy Martin.
Boy, that kind of hurts coming down on that carpet there. There's nothing under that carpet but concrete.
There's no giving that whatsoever.
Not that the ring is any softer.
I'll tell you, this match has been everything we thought it would be. Miss Linda catches Leilani Kai, and Miss Linda's back in control, off the ropes again. Elbow right to the chest area. Miss Linda goes for cover. Wait a minute. Judy Martin coming in the ring. Now, she's got no business in that ring.
I don't know what she's trying to do. I think she's trying to delay some time for Leilani Kai. Oh, I see what she's doing.
That was what she was waiting for. It flew right to the back of the head of Miss Linda.
Really cagey veteran.
Now Leilani Kai and Miss Linda, they're wrapped up in the ropes. Now look at Judy Martin again pulling Miss Linda out of the rope. Out of the ring. She goes to work on her again. Right here at ringside. Shot right to the chest area. Judy Martin and Leilani Kai double pitting Miss Linda. And here comes Exotic Adrian. He's got both the Glamour Girls. And he knocks heads and Judy Martin comes right out on our table. Referee calling for the balance. This one is what you call very out of control.
Well, the Glamour Girls are making the high highness right up to the locker room.
The Glamour Girls want no part of Exotic Adrian and Miss Linda as well, I can imagine.
Ladies and gentlemen, both have been counted out of the ring.
We'll return to fabulous Lpwa, Nevada right after this.
Saying it's a dirty job, but somebody has to do it, and it certainly applies. As this week, my guest here at the house is Medusa Michelli. And Medusa, first off, welcome home.
Thanks. It's nice to be home, and it's an honor to be here with you.
Medusa, let me ask you something. I know I was surprised. Sergeant Slaughter and I have talked about it. The LPWA committee basically just said to Susan Sexton, almost handed her the championship belt on a silver platter. How did you feel about that?
Well, I guess I'm not worried. It's to be handed something like that and not to work for something. To me, that doesn't mean nothing. To win something, to really work for it, that's what it means. And I would like a shot at that, yes.
Yeah, I've been surprised. She's had some rather unkind remarks to make about you, and you really haven't responded.
Well, I guess a lot of people don't have a lot of nice things to say about myself once a person is productive and is moving to the top. And I guess that's why Susan feels a little, maybe probably jealous or scared of Medusa and where she's going with the positive mind.
You know, it's no secret you and I go back a long way, and I know I, for one, have been very pleased to see a change in your wrestling style here in the LPW. I mean, you go so far as to almost follow the rules.
Oh. You're saying that I didn't follow the rules?
Well, now, let's be honest, there have been times.
Well, okay, people do change, and yes, I have changed. I decided that I needed to really get a grip on myself and really focus in on what I want and play by the rules straight. And that's the only way you're going to make it. It is just, you need to make a decision. So I just took it upon myself, and I'm working hard, and I'm training with the Japanese women.
Well, I know the fans are certainly glad to see the change in you. Now, Medusa, we're really just about out of time now. About, later tonight, I mean, you're basically pretty free, aren't you?
Why, Kim?
Hi, I'm Misty Bluespins, and I have a few letters here from a few of my fans. And the first one is from Johnny Walter from Gulfport, Mississippi. He says, "Who is the toughest opponent you ever wrestled?" Well, I think the next opponent is always the toughest, but I would have to say the Nasty Girls, because they're always nasty in the ring. They pull hair, they bite, but I can do the same thing. And the next one is from a Mary Jones from Knoxville, Tennessee. And she says, "You are my favorite wrestler." Well, thanks. And I would like to become a wrestler, and how do I go about it? Well, first of all, I think you should finish high school and then write me in care of LPWA. And the next one is from a guy, let me see, what's he say? "I never liked you. You're too clean-cut for me. I like my woman dirty-looking, But since I collect photos, send me one. I wouldn't send you anything. In fact, you must be Sue Sexton's boyfriend. But don't ever write me again. Okay? Until next week.
Welcome to LPWA, Hold of the Week. This week we'll be looking at the double wrist lock takedown. Now for a minute, let's go to the center of the ring and take a look at exactly how the double wrist lock takedown occurs. You have both women in the squared off professional stance, open stance. From that point, they go into the professional tie-up. From this point, offensive wrestler moves about the right hand, comes around, up, over, slides down onto the wrist. From this point, she comes across with her left hand, threading over the top of the arm, coming back through and locking onto her own wrist, which makes it the double wrist lock. From this point, she will go into a backward roll, taking her opponent all the way through and complete. Now let's take a look at the double wrist lock takedown in one continuous motion. And the move is complete. And there you have it from LPWA, Hold of the Week.
I'm a firefly and a lady with many talents. You want to know what my specialty is? Give me a call.
The best bet in wrestling will return in just a moment.
Fast as Bruce Lee. I could kill a man, eventually. Call it.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, weighing in at 125 pounds from Atlantic City, New Jersey, Heidi Lee Morgan. Weighing in at 132 pounds, every man's fantasy, the Goddess.
This is a little something different now. All of a sudden, the Goddess is coming out with a man there just simply identifying as Jonathan Blue now. This is the first time we've seen her with him, but you know, we talked about it earlier. Heidi Lee Morgan, first time we met her, she's someone you just have to like. Very effervescent, very bubbly. You kind of got to be, I hate to say this, but try to be impartial.
Well, she's all-American.
But she's got to be a sentiment of favor.
I think anytime you have a manager, and especially with a masked wrestler, the underdog is always going to be the other person. And Heidi Lee certainly is the underdog here.
Well, she's giving away a little bit of size, but she's about as wiry as they come. There's a look at Heidi Lee. Jonathan Blue, I think referee Eddie Sharkey, rightly so, has just had enough of Mr. Jonathan Blue.
I think that was a problem. That's why the Goddess went out and found herself a manager, because she had a little problem with the refereeing last time she wrestled. Little pat there for good luck, I guess.
I don't know. We'll find out. Well, I'll tell you what, we saw it last time we saw the Goddess. She has that tremendous Aphrodite's Revenge, she calls it. And look at Heidi Lee. She goes right to work. 2 arm drag takedowns, and a handful of the Goddess's hair picks her up, slams her right down on that Pabst Blue Ribbon sign square in the center. Heidi Lee going to work on the Goddess. You've got to like this.
The way it looks, the Goddess is going to need more than just...
Up and over goes Heidi Lee, and the Goddess reverse things very quickly. What's the hair pulling? Goddess picks up Heidi Lee, slams her right down. I think the Goddess certainly has the edge here in some size and strength, Sarge.
It does.
Oh, wow. What a move by the Goddess.
Powerful move there.
Form almost to the DDT, kind of flying through the air.
Well, she grabbed her hair, flew around, and then brought her right down on her face on that Pabst Blue Ribbon mat cover.
Got Heidi Lee battling right back. She's wiry, and she is again. Oh! Talk about a clothesline. That just about separated Heidi Lee's head from her shoulders. And the goddess Opale right in front with nothing but disdain for the referee. Pulls her up by a handful of hair. Slams her down.
She had hooked a leg here. She could possibly pin her.
I think you may be exactly right. I think the goddess was just a little bit too cocky.
That she is.
Perhaps rightly so.
She must be a friend of yours.
Heidi Lee battles her right back into the rope.
Wow.
Continues to go to work. The forearms, but the goddess again using that strength advantage. Slap right to the sternum area. Takes Heidi Lee over with a shoulder throw.
She's very strong, and Heidi's weight doesn't help her out at all. The goddess's strength.
Goddess has got a little bit of height advantage, a little bit of strength, a little bit of weight. That combination is pretty tough to beat.
Keep an eye on Jonathan Blue.
Right there. Just pulled her legs right out from under her.
That's where we need that two referee in the matches sometimes.
We've talked about it, especially with these women as fast as they move. Pulled her down by her hair, now goes for a body scissors.
Can you hear that screeching sound from the goddess? Is that her?
I think it might be Heidi Lee in some pain right now. He just rolls her right over. Rolls her right into the ropes.
Keep an eye on that Jonathan Blue. He doesn't look like he's up to any good at all.
Kind of has a Mr. Clean look to him with that earring hanging out.
Well, I think he's Mr. Dirt right now in my eyes.
Exactly right. Heidi Lee works to her feet. She gives a couple, three in a row, right to the breadbasket of the goddess.
I'll tell you what, Heidi Lee might not be big, but her heart is into it.
No question. She's up on the ropes now. Boy, she's going to work right on the top of the head of the goddess, and this crowd is loving it.
Jonathan Blue is hating it.
Now takes her over and across the ring. Now here, Heidi Lee might be making a mistake. She should have gone right after her. But she hesitated a little bit, let the goddess get to her feet.
Whoa!
Drop kick. Oh, she caught her square.
What a drop kick right to the chest of the goddess.
She caught her square. Heidi Lee, she loves to fly off that top turnbuckle when she gets a chance to set up her opponent. She may be going in right now. She said she loves to fly like an eagle. And that could be exactly what she's setting up, but she missed.
She missed
it in bad shape. The goddess hooks the leg. Count of two and a count of three. Well, like it or not, Heidi Lee certainly gave an excellent credit of herself.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner, the goddess, every man's fantasy.
I'll tell you, Sarge, you've got to give Heidi Lee Morgan all the credit in the world. She certainly gave the goddess all she had, and I'll tell you, the size of the heart in Heidi Lee more than speaks for itself. We talked about it. She is a favorite, Heidi Lee Morgan. I think she's going to be a force to be reckoned with. I think it was maybe a little bit too much Jonathan Blue for Heidi Lee.
Well, it sure didn't help her at all. We saw the LPWA's got some of the greatest wrestlers in the world. In fact, the greatest wrestlers in the world. If you're not with the LPWA Ladies Championship Wrestling, you just ain't a wrestling.
And there's a close-up look at the goddess herself, and we'll be back with more great, exciting action here in the LPWA right after this.
We'll be right back with more red-hot LPWA action from red-hot Laughlin and...
Weight of 249 pounds from Los Angeles, California, Big Mo and Little Mo. Locomotion.
Big Mo, you're strong. Little Mo, you're fast. But you're no match for bad, black, and beautiful.
And introducing the manager, Boogaloo Brown, from San Antonio, Texas. The opposing team, Bad, Black, and Beautiful.
I'll tell you, Sarge, I have never seen a crowd take to a tag team like the crowds here have taken a locomotion, Big Mo and Little Mo. But by the looks of things, as Boogaloo Brown lives up to his nickname, they're going to have their hands full because Bad, Black, and Beautiful don't exactly appear to be the friendliest tag team I've ever seen.
No, they're not, and we've never seen them before. We've seen Big Mo and Little Mo, but this is our first look at the Black and Beautiful team.
Well, I'll tell you, there's one thing I like to see right now. I think Locomotion's got some strategy put together. This time, Big Mo is starting the match against, obviously, what must be Black for, I think, Black Venus, for what I understand, is what she goes by. Yeah. This is Black Venus again, and the Bad Girl comes right in, and look at Black Venus reverses things right off the bat. Well, I think we have an early on indication of what we can expect from Bad, Black, and Beautiful. And Little Mo says what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Yeah. He comes right back in and returns the favor.
Well, the Bad Girl didn't waste any time on saying why she's the Bad Girl.
Look at Black Venus. She called in the Black Girl, and Big Mo just flipped her one arm, took her right down to the mat.
For those who are tuning in for the first time here to the LPWA, Big Mo is quite a strong lady and has been known to bench press 400 pounds, Joe.
Now, I'll tell you what, I'll be very honest, I can't bench press 400 pounds. I know you can, Sarge, but I don't think there's many women on the planet Earth that bench press 400 pounds.
No, they don't.
And now, Little Mo, you've got to like her. She weighs in at exactly 99 pounds. And this crowd certainly loves her. Right now, she's giving Black Venus all she can handle.
Well, Little Mo has been quite a inspiration to Big Mo because of her size and her heart.
I'll tell you what, take a look. I don't know, but they certainly do resemble each other. What's the name of that moving twin? Kind of Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito here in the LPWA.
Yeah, you think they got the same mother?
I don't know. It could be. They do look a lot alike. Maybe they're twin sisters from different mothers.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, Black Venus is really dishing out some punishment here to Little Mo right now.
I'll tell you what, I think, Sarge, you wrestled so many tag teams with so many partners. I think Locomotion's got to develop a strategy. I think Big Mo needs to be in there about 2/3 of the time. Little Mo's gonna get in and get out as quick as possible. Look at Black Venus just pick her up by the neck like so much sack of potatoes. Now just blatantly picks her up by the hair.
You can see that Black Venus has been in that ring before. She's taking it slow and deliberate.
And she's taking the orders from Boogaloo Brown at ringside. The Bad Girl looking on. She's waiting to get in. There's a look at Boogaloo. He's urging his charge for Black Venus on. And I tell you, Black Venus is quite a physical specimen herself. Come on, Barney, show. There's a close-up look at the Boogaloo man.
Well, he's the brains behind the whole team here, and kind of showing, look at the strength.
I saw first real look at the Bad Girl. She, I understand, is from Canada, and has been brought in specifically to team with Black Venus in the LPWA Tag Team Tournament. A move orchestrated by Boogaloo Brown.
Well, I think, as you can tell, the Bad Girl has lifted some weights herself, and I believe at one time was a bodybuilder.
Oh, I'll tell you what. Well, there's your answer right there. She's quite a physical specimen herself.
Well, she was just too mean for competition in bodybuilding, so she brought it into wrestling.
You got to be feeling it. Look at this. She's walked around Little Mo like a 10-pound bag of sugar. And slams her right down, and there again is that physique on the Bad Girl. Boogaloo Brown certainly enjoying things taking place in the ring right now. Bad Girl with a leg drop on a Little Mo who right now is in some kind of serious trouble.
Well, I had a talk with Boogaloo before the matches, and he's looking to win those tag team titles, that's for sure, in the tournament.
Well, he's made no bones about that. Up and over goes Little Mo. She almost did a complete somersault. That's how high in the air she got.
That had to hurt her leg and her back.
She came down right on that crack of the neck. And you can see she's trying to hold her neck right now. Oh!
She's taking a beating.
She is. Crowd trying to start to chant up for Little Mo. She needs more than the crowd's help right now. What she needs in a world of hurry is to tag off to Big Mo.
Right. Big Mo wants her to get over there.
Well, Bad Girl and Black Venus, they want to keep her in the ring as long as they can. Oh!
What a clothesline by Black Venus.
I tell you, you got to give Little Mo a lot of credit at only 99 pounds. She's hanging right in there, but right now she's hanging by a thread, I'm afraid to say. Elbow to the neck area.
Can't believe that Black Venus isn't trying to pin Little Mo at this point.
You know, I think they could have pinned her 2 or 3 times. They may be making a big mistake if she's able to get over and tag off to Big Mo. They may be very sorry. I think they could pin her at any time. Now she just rakes those fingernails across the back.
Well, you really can see some great talent here in the LPWA like you've never seen in any other women's league.
I tell you, if you're ever looking for some inspiration, just pick up the phone. You can call and talk to Locomotion, Big Mo, and Little Mo at that great 1-900. All you have to do is dial 1-900-234-LPWA, and you'll have the opportunity to talk to both Big Mo and Little Mo. And look at Big Mo. She's had about all she could stand. And I can't say I blame her.
Just can't stand her in the corner any longer.
Whoa! Now they throw Little Mo right out of the ring. Little Mo is right out of the ring.
Did she go over the top rope, I wonder?
Now she went through the middle rope. As they go to work, Little Mo's been in there quite a while. Count of 1, count of 2. Now look at that. She just picked her up. She could have pinned her.
Could have pinned her.
She could have counted about 10.
Little Mo definitely needs to get over to her corner in a hurry.
They're dragging her over.
She looks like she's pretty well limped.
I think she's out on her feet. There's no question.
They're just trying to make a point here with the guidance of a one, Mr. Boogaloo Brown, to make a point.
She hooks the leg, count of 2, count of 3. Well, like I said, the story there is Little Mo was never over to tag off. And there you see it, Bad, Black, and Beautiful.
And the winner is Bad, Black, and Beautiful.
She just didn't have a chance, Killer. She had it going there for a while. They started to match out right by starting with Big Mo, but once they got Little Mo in there, it just didn't work out for them.
Yeah, take a look at it. You talk about it. Pictures. One picture is worth 1,000 words. Look at little Big Mo kind of cradling Little Mo in her arms, literally lifting her out. Now take a look at that.
That's a real friend, not so much a partner right there.
Yeah, that's a good point, Sarge. I mean, we've seen what Big Mo can do, and you hate to say this, as much as the crowd, myself, you like Little Mo, take inspiration from her. You know, in this tag team tournament coming up, you've got to wonder if maybe Big Mo couldn't have made a little bit better selection for her tag team partner.
Well, we're at the point where Big Mo probably thinks she can do it all and wants Little Mo just to be there and take that belt and carry it around.
I think you could be exactly right, but like I said, they need to get some work together and get Little Mo kind of in and out as a quick hitter. But nonetheless, the win goes to Bad, Black, and Beautiful and their manager, Mr. Boogaloo Brown. We'll be right back. Stay with us. We'll be back. Yo, world, we're Bad, Black, and Beautiful. People, open your eyes, open your ears, and confirm your worst fears.
Tell us, or else!
It's the best in women's wrestling from the best resort in Laughlin, Don Laughlin's Riverside Resort. We'll be back right after this.
and enjoy hotel luxury at motel prices. For more information, call 508-778-15.
Get better and better, boy. I'll tell you, Sarge, that team of locomotion, Big Mo and Little Mo. Wow. Imagine a woman bench pressing 400 pounds. But, Sarge, there's got to be a reason. I mean, you know, telling it like it is, there's a lot of other wrestlers that I think might be a little stronger tag team partner for Big Mo than Little Mo, although she's got all the heart in the world and then some.
I'm telling you, Big Mo could take on most of the ladies 2-on-1 here, the way she looks. She body slams them and throws them around like she's their paper sacks of weight.
I'll tell you somebody else that was very impressive. Heidi Lee Morgan, a relatively newcomer. We saw a lot more from her than either one of us expected. As you know, very honestly, when we get the rundown of the matches, we kind of look, well, this might be a mismatch. That one should be a great match, you know, so on and so on. And Heidi Lee Morgan showed us a lot more than we thought.
That's right. She won the hearts of the fans. That was one big thing I saw, and I think we'll see a lot more from her when we see her again.
And I'll tell you what, you talk about somebody that can endure some pain. Imagine Jan Flame, 100 hours to get those tattoos. I mean, that just plain hurts.
That does hurt, and I'm glad I wasn't me.
I'll tell you, you talk about an abundance of talent here in the LPWA. Again, still a lot of controversy. Superstar Sexton just awarded the LPWA Tag Team, the LPWA Championship, but yet we're going into a tag team tournament. That will be coming forth in weeks to come. So whatever you do, join us right here again next week for more great LPWA action. Yeah.
In the binder and less.
Play is on the air, featuring the finest female wrestlers competing in the hottest wrestling action on television. And now, your announcers at ringside. Play-by-play with the voice of the LPWA, Killer Ken Resnick, and color analysis by America's real live hero, G.I. Joe, Sergeant Slaughter.
Hello again, everyone. Ken Resnick and Sergeant Slaughter. And Sarge, a lot of talk this week in the LPWA amongst the wrestlers. Suddenly, if you will, the honeymoon's over. Wally Carbo taking a very firm hand as commissioner.
That's right. I think we're going to find out if he's going to put some fines and suspensions on this week.
And by the way, this week in Ken's Corner, I'll be talking to Big Mo. We'll update the condition of Little Mo. And Sarge, what a matchup. Nasty Cat against Misty Blue.
Katie, bar the door. Put your seatbelts on for that one.
And I'm also looking forward, you know, Shelley Francis a couple of weeks ago had a very impressive debut coming back from Boston, this time against Brittany Brown. But today she goes up against Lonnie Kai, as top of veteran as you can find.
Pound for pound, Lonnie Kai is the greatest lady wrestler in the world today.
Let's go to Bonnie Blackstone in the tunnel.
I'm here with Misty Blue Sims, one half of the LPWA Ladies Tag Team title holders. After all that has been said and done, I understand that you have requested from the LPWA this match with the Nasty Cat.
That's right. This is personal between me and her. I want her alone in this ring. We have a score to settle, and that's it. I'm going to get her this time. You're mine.
This LPWA match, one fall with a 10-minute time limit. In the ring, weighing 112 pounds from Beverly Hills, California, Nasty Cat. And her opponent weighing in at 128 pounds from South Glen Falls, New York, Misty Blue Sims.
Right, the ring announcer didn't let anybody know, but Nasty Linda is out here. Doesn't like she's going back to the locker room to see Nina.
And that's because you might expect those right to work on Misty Blue. Remember, it was a few weeks back that Nasty Cat and Nasty Linda went right to work on Misty Blue with no chucks outside the ring area. So Misty Blue making no boat. She's got a score to settle for this one, and Nasty Cat goes right to work. Choking her fight to take her rope.
Where's Heidi Lee Morgan, I wonder, Killer?
Very, very good question. Heidi Lee is command all over the country, but well beyond the road. Now, there again, look at Nasty Linda urging her partner on, and Nasty Linda's carrying those constructs around. I don't like that idea either. I wish Presley would have brought her back to the dressing room. Now, scoop slam by Nasty Cat.
Hear that ring sound? That really must have hurt the back there quite a bit.
Now, here we go. Look at right there. Nasty Linda goes to work on Misty Blue. You come to expect that out of the Nasty Blue. Moretti's smart enough not to go for the cover to keep the rookie. Now he's got her in control into the turnbuckle.
For another one.
Misty Blue right out the front of the camera on his second rope.
Haymakers in there, Killer.
Really?
Another sellout crowd here down off Riverside Resort.
Now take a look. Nasty Cat, Nasty Linda holding Misty Blue in the corner. Oh, look at this with the nunchuck. Now Misty Blue takes it away, puts it away from Nasty Linda.
Whoa!
Wait a minute, referee Eddie Sharkey calling for the bell. I don't know. I guess he must have thought about the Nasty. Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Nasty Cat.
Referee Eddie Sharkey disqualified. He saw her with the nunchuck. Everyone else in the arena saw Nasty Linda bring him in the ring.
Well, that was a very clever trick by the Nasty Girls, that's for sure.
I tell you, Mr. Blue's got every right to be upset, but the winner of what you would tell you, Nasty Cat, I don't think we've heard the end of the Nasty Girls of Team America by any stretch.
Well, the referee had the call when he saw when he turned around. Misty Blue had the nunchuck.
Stay with us. We'll be back with more.
We'll return to LPWA action from Laughlin, Nevada, home of the beautiful Colorado Bell Hotel and Casino.
I have not forgotten about you, and the Arab people have not forgotten about you. You're going to pay, Sheba. I promise you, you're going to pay. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
This LPWA match, a tag team event, weighing in at a combined 239 pounds from the state of California, Tina Moretti, and from Chicago, Illinois, Cindy Paradise. Their opponents weighing in at a combined 248 pounds from every man's fantasy, the Goddess. From Newport, Rhode Island, Brittany Brown.
Sarge, this one should be a very interesting matchup, but I'll tell you, if enthusiasm means anything between Tina Moretti and Cindy Paradise. Jonathan Blue having some, I don't know who he was directing his comments to.
No, we don't hear him say too much, Killer.
Exactly. A little bit surprised. Now look at the Goddess extending her hand. I knew that was a mistake on Cindy Paradise's part to try to shake hands. Goddess goes right to work on the little Spitfire out of Chicago, Illinois. Goddess goes for cover right off. You could just about tell she wasn't going to do that. You gotta like the Cindy Paradise, Sarge. She gives away a lot of size and strength. She sure is a gambler and a fighter.
Sure is, and this is a good team. Moretti and Paradise, very attractive girls, strong bleachers. Should be interesting. Get it working together.
It is both very, very popular. By the way, this week our dressing room report at 1-900-234-LPWA. Big Mo seemingly not so upset over the fact that Little Mo was injured. More than that, in addition, the Sheik is bragging to everyone that everything is going his way. And certainly talk about going his way. The guy is certainly having her way right now with Cindy Paradise. And here's the tag game with Tina Moretti. And the Goddess goes right to work on Tina Moretti.
Yeah, it looks like the Goddess is controlling this whole thing right now, Killer. He's got trying to make a tag to Brittany Brown. Handling the whole match by herself here.
It is.
Surprised that the Goddess hasn't gone over and made a tag.
Well, so far, really, she's had everything pretty much going her way. But Tina Moretti goes to her, so, clothesline. Goddess really controlling things as of this moment.
Wonder if Jonathan Blue is going to take over the chore of managing Brittany Brown.
Tina Moretti hooked the leg, went for a headlock, couldn't quite get it. Goddess rolled her over.
Be interesting to see what the reason is behind Goddess taking all this time.
Maybe he's trying to impress Jonathan. Cindy Paradise is coming in to help her partner Tina Moretti. Tina turns out didn't need anything else. And Tina now goes to work on the Goddess. And maybe it was a tactical error. Goddess just stayed in the ring a little bit too long.
Can't be fighting two ladies at one time.
Now there's the tag of Brittany Brown. Our first look at the tall one out of the big state of Rhode Island. She is, I think, about 6 feet tall. Trying to get a wrist lock on Tina Moretti. Moretti fighting back, not letting her get a good grip. So Brown just backs her into the turnbuckles. Moretti comes over, tries to
You're not getting full Wrestling Illustrated magazine.
There's no question, everyone in the LPWA, Sergeant Slaughter, myself, up in arms over the actions last week of Bad, Black, and Beautiful. I've asked Big Mo out. First question, Big Mo, what's the condition of Little Mo?
She's under doctor's care, but the doctor wants her to take a couple of weeks off to get her strength back up, but it's nothing serious. We're thankful for that.
Well, it's certainly good news. Big Mo, I mean, it's obvious to everyone, Bad, Black, and Beautiful, really not concerned right now with winning matches. They just want to deal out as much punishment, pain as they can to their opponents. It's got to be a little disconcerting for you, knowing they're trying to basically ruin your livelihood. If you're injured and can't wrestle, you don't earn any money.
That's right, and that's why I can't believe that the LPWA keeps hiring these girls. They're not wrestlers, they're brawlers. They should be on the streets in Brooklyn or something. They don't belong in the wrestling business.
Well, there's no question they are about as bad, as tough as they come. And you certainly have a big score to settle. But I've got to ask you not to change the subject a little bit. A lot of rumors floating around, if you will, that you're thinking about pursuing singles matches as well.
I am, Ken, and I want to tell you, I want to be the first lady to be able to hold the Women's Tag Team Championship and the Ladies Championship belt.
Well, Big Mo, I mean, holding any title, the travel, the demands, every match, everyone's trying to knock off the champion, very lofty goals indeed. But I guess I would have to say, if anyone has the ability, the size, and certainly the strength, 16.5-inch arms we talk about, you have got it. No question. We'll be hearing a lot more from Big Mo here in the LPWA. We'll be right back.
Lalani Kai. And her opponent, weighing in at 136 pounds, the American Beauty Rose from Boston, Massachusetts, Shelley Francis.
I'll tell you what, Carson, about meeting Shelley Francis has become a big crowd favorite just because she left the sheet hanging high and dry, but I'll tell you what, she's earning every bit of it on her own.
She's a very good wrestler, very attractive lady.
Oh, this is going to be a tough test for Lani Kai as tough as they come. We'll find out right now exactly what Shelley Francis is made out of. Oh, she ducked right under. Lani Kai missed with a cross body block. Shelley trying to go for a quick cover. Count of two, almost worked. Picks up Lani Kai. Slams her down. Shelley a lot of strength and quickness.
She's hurt the weight there.
Lani throws her off. This is going to be a great one.
This is going to be a tough match.
Into the turnbuckle. Shelley goes up. Some leverage and up and over goes Lani Kai. Great move by Shelley.
Lani Kai going for a tag.
That's just a single match. And it worked once. Shelley says it must work again, and it did. Again goes to cover. Again, I wish she would have hooked the leg. Oh, you got to love Shelley Francis.
Been through a lot with the sheet the last few weeks, and luckily they have her head on her shoulder.
So have I been through a lot.
Talk about the sheet here.
Wait a minute. What is she got down here? Shelley, be careful. Don't turn your back on Lani Kai. You can see how upset Shelley Francis is. She has no business ripping any shots. Shelley, turn around. Oh, no.
I don't know what's going on here, but I don't like it. I smell a rat.
Well, she can get that. I'm looking at the Glamour girls we talked about on the 900 number, and it certainly turned the tide. Shelley got caught. I don't know what she is doing out here. She's got no business out here. Obviously, the Glamour girls have joined forces with the Sheik.
He's definitely not out here to see you.
I certainly hope not. I don't like to see him either.
Looks like he's out here to try to destroy Shelley Francis.
He made no bones about that.
The advantage that Glamour girl Lani Kai is using with the sheik out here. I don't know if they're together or not yet.
Shelley's concentration totally broken. Lani flips and the Sheik urging Lani Kai on.
Goes the crowd. You guys think. Look
play well. It could well be Chicago out of town on business. I wouldn't put anything past the right now. Lonnie Guy continuing to work on Shelley Francis. By the way, sorry, very quick, there's been so much talk about the little Spitfire City Paradise from Chicago. We talked in depth to find all about it this week on the 900-264 LPWA number.
That's right.
And we'll tell you a little bit about how City Paradise always travels with the very famous companions. And the fans now, they wanted to see, they got the trouble all over it, so they decided to take it to hold, a toe hold. He got down LKC, totally destroying the concentration of not only Shelley Francis, but right as well.
They're going to no extreme.
Step over toe hold. Shelley Francis in all kinds of trouble.
A lot of pain.
She really is. Oh, Shelley turns it over. Shelley in a world of trouble. Shelley now in an awful lot of trouble. Lonnie Kyle early continuing to work on that leg. Oh, continuing to go to work. Continuing to go to work. Shelley Francis, I don't know if she got it. I don't think her leg hurt.
Really put the pressure on there on that leg.
I'll tell you, that leg can easily snap the way they've been working on it. Just putting a step on it.
I don't know how much more she can stand.
American Beauty Rose, Shelley Francis.
Qualified. The referee disqualified. Glamour girl for not
Look at Shelley Francis. She can't even stand up. A good call by referee Eddie Sharkey. And Monica again.
I'm going to keep my eye on the sheep right here.
Exactly. Now I'm going to try and get a word with Shelley Francis. She's getting in the ring side. Shelley Francis can hardly walk. Talk about a double team, and I'm sure it's the answer she got that LKC. Stay with us. We're coming right back.
The LPWA from Laughlin, Nevada, home of the exciting Ramada Express Hotel, will return in a moment.
I got something for the sheep. And if Shelley Francis wants that match against a partner against the Glamour girls like Wally Carbo said she's got, I'll be happy to keep an eye on him.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't mind seeing the Sheik chain to you. If anybody can keep the man where he's in his place, it'd certainly be you.
That's right. That should be a good match. I hope it comes up real soon.
You know, Sarge, next week, what a test it's going to be for the champion superstar Sexton. She goes up against Bambi.
That should be a real good one. Bambi came in with a lot of credentials, and she proved that she's a 100% great wrestler.
Remember that one next week for Sergeant Slaughter, Bonnie Blackstone. I'm Killer Ken Resnick. We'll see you next time. So long.